About 2.5 years ago, me and my little boy were driving down Rodney Parham. And one thing about me and my son is that I've taught him, whenever we're out and about, if we see somebody that's unhoused, we stop and we talk to them. We ask them what their story is, how they got that way, if they need anything to eat. If I have a little bit of money, I'll give them some money. And we just chit chat with them. Well, one day we were driving past the bus stop, and there was a man sitting on the bus stop with his face in his hands like he was crying. And my little boy said, "Hey Mom, are we going to stop and talk to that guy?" And I wasn't going to, but I was like, sure. So I pulled over and I told Nate, wait in the car until I make sure everything's okay. And I went, and we had our big black dog with us, so we were safe. And I walked over and I said, "Hey man, what's going on? Are you okay?" And he lifted his face from his hands, and his eyes got so wide, and he looked at me and he said, "Nicole DeMayo?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "My name is Ian. See, I had went to school with this guy. I was in another part of Arkansas, way far away from where I went to school, and this guy just happened to be there." And I said, "What's going on?" And I waited for Nate to come over. And he said, "Well, I was a doctor as in the kind of doctor that whenever you have to have a false leg made and stuff like that, that kind of doctor. I guess, I don't know if it's an orthopedic doctor, but something like that. I was a doctor, and I worked, and I was always bending over. So I had a really bad back, and I got a prescription for pain pills, oxys, right?" And he was like, "At first I was fine. And then before I knew it, I was taking them and running out." Bottom line, he was homeless sitting there, addicted to intravenous heroin. His wife and his daughter left, because they couldn't be around him anymore. I don't know if he lost his medical license or what, but every single thing that he said was true, because I know his family in Hot Springs. And that day, I just happened to stop because my little boy said, "Hey Mom, aren't we going to stop and talk to that guy?" And he was crying, and I said, "Dude, you don't got to cry. You ran into the right person today." And I went straight home. I got on my YouTube channel, and we raised almost $400 for him. And we paid for his first month's rent in sober living. And we helped him get set up with the methadone clinic. And baby, he was on his way to recovery. And he's been doing good ever since. So yeah, just a little compassion can go a really, really long way.